What's going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to another DC Worlds Collide video. Alright guys, I have not been covering this game very much currently because we're still in beta, but I did want to cover today's situation and what's been going on. So there's a pretty big update just happened with a lot of bug fixes which really needed to occur. So I'm going to do two things today. I'm going to talk about the update. We're going to do a summon, so that's the one thing put together because you actually get 30 tokens. Now, I've been playing the game on my mobile phone. Again, it's connected to your device, unfortunately. So I'm currently playing it on my mobile phone because I'm actually about 10 days in and most of my account is there. I just want to show you guys the game on this account so some of you who are new to this can see what it's all about. So I'm not going to be really focusing on this version of the game on here until it actually comes out globally because I'm loving the game. My mobile version's doing much better, but I did have a chance to summon on it. Didn't get what I wanted, so I'm going to try here. Now, after doing the summon, I'm going to talk about the 3 best units you should be working on from a legendary perspective to an epic perspective and an elite perspective. Okay, so we're gonna talk about my three top units in the game. Now, the bug fixes have corrected things like Captain Cold's shield damage, which was a big one. You guys can see here several characters, including Captain Cold, Harley Quinn, and Frankenstein, had issues with abilities. So Harley Quinn would just go nonstop spraying her HP and keep recovering her HP, but then the game would bug. She would just do it nonstop, and you'd have to reset the game, which was a big issue. Frankenstein's issue I wasn't aware of, so I don't know what that's all about. Captain Cold, like I just mentioned, can have unlimited stacks of his reflect, which was causing people to get almost one shot. So he was being a little crazy. So they've fixed all those issues. A pre-battle training feature has been added as well. Quality of life bug fixes and wishlist John Stewart, Star Sapphire, and Mara have been added. Raven has been added to the character profile as well. And then they've done a couple of the bug fixes across the board. So a lot of good things have been going on here. It's great. Recovering from Wi-Fi interruptions on the victory screen, no longer force the user to reopen the app, continue progression. So because of all these little issues, and some of them are actually big issues. I say little, but some of them are actually pretty big issues. They actually have rewarded everybody, so it's a good time to join, guys, if you have not. 30 tickets to summon and 500 diamonds to use as well. So we're going to go ahead and try our summons. Now, these 30 tickets are important because they actually let you summon for legendary characters. They're the only way to do so. So we're going to take our chance here. Now, before I do my summon, I do want to talk about the legendary characters that are currently in the game and which ones you can vie for and if you want to save up for them or not. So let's go to the character profile, guys. I'm going to talk about the 3 best legendary units in my opinion, and then I'm going to talk about the 3 best epics and then 3 best elites. I'm not going to bother with the rares because usually they're just used for food. Okay, so let's talk about my top 3. So I'm going to tell you guys who I think are the best ones, and you guys can decide whether you want to listen to it or not. But my favorite 3 top units right now are going to be Wonder Woman, who is incredible with her crit aura and has a massive AoE that can also stun. So she is almost invaluable in my opinion. And being a red DPS, she makes some of the green DPS a lot easier to kill. And there's a lot of good green DPS out there and a lot of good green tanks out there. So Wonder Woman for me, legendary wise, probably one of the best DPS in the game. And the fact that she has a crit aura and does AoE stun is a no-brainer. Now, when it comes down to invaluable legendaries, the Flash probably takes the cake here. He is a green unit, but what Flash does that nobody else does as well, at least, is he actually starts off the turn by delaying everybody's turn. So he can go in, instantly hit an AoE right away, and then pushes everybody's action bars back. So giving you the advantage right away to do your first turn. So you can take advantage of that really quickly. So you can see here, during the battle, increases attack by 15%. Gain a new buff also progresses his action bar, so he also increases his own action bar. And then here at the high speed, attacks all enemies 3 times, dealing physical damage equal to, and knocking them back for 15% of their bar, right? So this one here pushes your enemies back by 15% of their action bar, allowing you to take advantage of that and have your turn first. Now, he's not a really big time good DPS, but he does control the flow of the battle, making him invaluable, especially in PvP. Okay, so super powerful there. Now, my other one here is going to be up to you. I really like Green Lantern's HAL version. He's a wicked AoE damage dealer and also provides a shield to the entire team. Or Deathstroke, who is a non-stop damage dealer, single target, but does insane amounts of fast damage. Lex Luthor's a good buffer, so honorable mention to him. And then Superman is probably the best tank in the game. So, but the top 3 I'd probably say is Wonder Woman, The Flash, and then either up to you between Deathstroke or Green Lantern's Hal, but I take Hal over Deathstroke just because of the shield and the AoE damage that he provides, which is insane. So those are my top 3. Hal actually is a character you can summon on after a certain day, and after you beat a certain amount of time. I think it's after day 5 or 6, Hal's actual banner comes out, and it's a special summon that you can do, including Star Sapphire, which is the epic. Okay, so there you guys go. Those are my top 3 legendaries. Now, keep this in mind, guys. Legendaries are very, very hard to get in this game. There's a very low % chance of summoning for them, and on top of that, it's 150 pity to get a legendary. Okay, and how you know that, you can go over here. It'll actually tell you here 5 out of 150. You can see here, and it's just really, really difficult to get them. Now remember, this original newcomer recruitment here guarantees epic after 30. You have a good chance to get Flash, but you can also choose between the 3 characters here. So I'm choosing the Flash specifically for the fact that I want that turn delay. So we're going to try this right now and see what we get. And then after this, I'll jump over. We know we got nothing there because it would have told us we got something. You would have got a little notification. So, I mean, Black Canaries are rare, so we're not really getting... Or an epic elite, sorry, elite. She's actually important as an elite, but you guys can see you're guaranteed elites every time here. Let's see what we get here. Maybe something better. I love the background for that. It's just crazy. Black Manta, so nothing, but it's a new character, but nothing good there. Okay, there's a Batman right there. That's good. So we'll go over the epics right after this, okay? Okay, so just Batman, and again, you can see here, legendaries are not easy to acquire, okay? And rightfully so, because they're the best characters in the game, and once you have one on your team, you're pretty much set for your account for quite some time. This is probably going to be all elite. So there you go. That's a bust for that 30 right there. But anyways, I want to show you guys how that worked. Now let's go over the next set of units. Okay, we'll do top 3 epics. So epic for me, top 3. There's a couple really good ones here. Okay, so number 1, Constantine. You're gonna get him in 7 days for free. Amazing AoE damage dealer. Has a great heal for what he offers, and he does absorb attack too. You guys can read up his stats here. At the start of an ally's turn, they lose to 15% of the current HP and gain 1 stack of strong attack and 2 stacks of recuperate. So you guys can see what strong attack does in there. When the turn ends, a magic circle is drawn beneath Constantine's feet. He completes 1 of 3 magic circles each time. After all 3 of them are complete, he does a random enemy dealing super damage equal to 65%. And then here his AoE damage is pretty damn strong. Sacrifice 20% of current HP to burn a magic circle into the ground, which deals 175% of attack power to all enemies. This skill also gains 10% lifesteal, so you actually get some of that health back anyways. So Constantine is a really good unit you get from the beginning. So really good one to have there. Another good one, honestly, is Batman, because he also gets the tactics option of giving you more HP, more attack, and more power. And then at the same time, his tactic also provides you the ability to do more burst damage with that. So very, very powerful for that. One of the best single target DPS in the game, which is refreshing because most Batmans suck in these games. So very good unit there. And then also Kid Flash is really good. Good healer, really good for buffs. He does speed up for your team, so probably the best support out of all the epics. And then a couple honorable mentions here. If you're looking for a really good AoE, Green Arrow is really good. Zatanna's really good buffer as well too. She gives crit, lifesteal, aura, and also provides multi-target damage to opponents. And then also Bizarro is a really good tank here if you're looking for a really good solid tank to freeze and control the battle. And it also does damage share. He puts a flower on somebody's head and also shares damage, so you can have a little bit of damage sharing there. Poison Ivy, if you're building a poison team, she's absolutely essential. She's been my main carry for a poison team, so she's almost a necessity for that. And then I also love Bane, also as a good tank. Self-heal, AoE, stun, really hard to kill. So Penguin's also a really good one as well too. So quite honestly, to be real with you guys, I find that the epics have a better place on most teams than legendaries. Number 1, because they're easier to acquire. Number 2, they're easier to rank up. And number 3, there's a lot more options to choose from. So there's a lot of really, really good options with the epics. But those are probably my top 3. I'd say probably Poison Ivy for a tank. I'd say Bane. So Poison Ivy for poison, Bane for tanking, I'd say Batman for single target burst. So those are probably my top three. But then if you're looking for like a good healer, Kid Flash is incredible. AoE, Constantine or Green Arrow. Superboy is no slouch himself. So I mean, again, there's a lot of really, really good options here. And it's really hard to choose three. Realistically, you can choose a lot of epics and put them together and you'll have a pretty insane squad. So definitely don't sleep on the epics, guys. They're ones you definitely want to have. Now, with the elites, it's a little more condensed. Black Canary is almost essential if you don't have yourself a healer. She's probably the best and easiest healer to acquire in the game, especially for an elite and easy to level up. So definitely focus on her if you have that. Scarecrow is a necessity, like an essential part of any poison team because he starts off with poison right away. So really good there. Don't sleep on Killer Croc for single target DPS. Amazing tanking Clayface. So those are probably some of the better ones out there. And Mirror Master is actually not bad for AoE damage as well too. So those are some of the units you should focus on, guys, if you get them. Now remember, ranking in this game works a little differently, right? The way you rank up for any character is you go to your character, and then let's say I want to rank up Batman, for example. You don't actually need his dupes right away to get to 6 stars. You just need any elite dupes. So you can see I've got 40 Batmans anyway, so we'll use those. And then I need 90 versions of any of these, so use 90 there. I mean, don't auto it like I'm doing. I'm just showing you how to do it. And you rank up, you guys can see here, you get yourself a copy now of a 6-star Batman, which will unlock further skills and give you guys more bonuses and also increases max skills as well too and his max level, right? So very important, guys, to remember. You need to make sure that you are leveling up the right characters. Now you can reverse any character, so don't worry. So let's just say I want to reverse this. I can. You guys can see it gives me all of this stuff back, and then lowers his ranking as well too, down to level 1, but you don't get your shards back, okay? So keep that in mind. That's the important thing to remember. You only get enough tokens back for titanium. You get enough tokens back for your character EXP and your coins. So make sure when you're investing into a character, guys, you can do this right here, but it costs 500 gems. Yeah, 500 gems. So it is very, very costly. So it is doable, but it's very costly if you are looking to reduce the 100 even right there, just to get 10 of these back. It's not really worth it. All right, so just keep that in mind. So those are my top characters. Focus on those if you guys want to have some success. I mean, all characters are extremely viable, so don't worry about it. Even if you want to do others just because you like them, you're not losing out on anything. But I just wanted to share with you some of the information that's going on. All right, guys, this is Payne. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.